Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to In the Snow TV, the show that keeps you up to date with the latest technology, equipment, events, and anything snow related for those months we all look forward to. We've got a jam-packed for you show today, so without further ado, let's take a look and see what we've got coming up in the show. Let's take a look. Fantastic stuff. Now, there's nothing like capturing your skiing holiday, whether it's your first 360 or kicking back at the Apres bars after having a good day on the slopes. Well, for this week's Ski Tech, we've got Elliot here with us to talk with us in the studios about some of the latest filming kit. What have you got to show me, Elliot? What have you got?
So,
show me the goods.
So today I've brought in a GoPro.
Yeah.
On a motorised gimbal.
Okay, so it's two separate things.
It is two separate things.
Yeah.
We've got the GoPro here,
okay,
and then we've got the gimbal here. So they're two separate things, but I've kept them together just to show off the gimbal,
yeah,
and also just because it's easier.
Okay, yeah,
so
understandable.
The first thing, the reason the GoPro is so ideal for skiing and to film skiing is because you can shoot in 4K at 30 frames per second,
yeah,
which is obviously ideal to get the beautiful crisp sort of.
Yeah, when you're on the
mountains.
mountain, I can imagine
exactly.
you need
and
something that's good enough to capture that.
Yeah,
do you know
the
what I mean?
beautiful scenery and all of that. So it's it's amazing.
Yeah.
It's also got a 175-degree field of view, so you've got a massive view of the mountains.
So that's
as well.
what the camera's seeing. It's got that's the angle that it sees.
The sort of the width it can see.
Yeah. Wicked.
So it's got beautiful 4K at that width.
Yeah.
You can also shoot at other frame rates, so you can shoot at 2.7K at 60 frames per second.
Oh, okay.
So you're dropping a little bit of resolution, you're
Yeah.
getting some more frames to play with,
Yeah,
so you can slow it down a little bit.
Oh, okay, so
And
so obviously the more frame rates you have, the crisper and smoother it runs.
The smoother your slow-mo will be,
yeah,
100%. So at HD, you got 1080 at HD.
Yeah.
That's 120 frames per second. So that's go slower.
And that's a high mark for a camera, especially that size.
Yeah,
120 frames per second.
Which is impressive.
Very impressive.
It gets a little bit more. 720p, you can do 240 frames per second.
Amazing
which
stuff.
is really beautiful slow-mo. Really sort of cool slow-mo tricks.
Definitely. Wicked.
Yeah, you can do so many things with it because it's got these cases that come with it, which you can put the camera in, and then basically you can throw it off cliffs and it'll be fine.
So it's like this sort of indestructible, sort of versatile camera.
But it's going to be more sturdy than the skier is going to be.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, the skier's more likely to break before the camera. So it's perfect for filming extreme sports. Yeah. And all of that. And you can get attachments, so it can attach to anywhere.
Okay.
So it can be.
They can put them on different parts of their body. I see people wearing them helmets and wearing them on their chest and stuff like that. So I can imagine that the sort of different angles are just
on your skis,
you know what I mean?
on your as you say, and it gives you can get these nice point of view shots from like your helmet. And it's a beautiful way of being able to film extreme sports.
Wicked,
really.
and it helps you create that sort of point of view. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, and it's very immersive as a tool. They're great for skiers. So the gimbal here. Yeah. This is a 3-axis
So this is the gimbal. This is the gimbal part.
This bit here, all down here,
here,
and here. So it's a 3-axis gimbal. So you've got one here, and one here.
Yeah.
If I just turn it on, I'll demonstrate for you. It'll just there you go. So it calibrates itself. So it's balanced in the centre.
Clever, isn't it? Yeah.
It's very clever. Yeah. So as you move it around like that, the axis is here. They are using gyros to balance out themselves, so they keep the camera in the centre.
So it ensures that no matter where you move, the camera
no matter what you do,
level and
the camera's staying level. Yeah. So it's a really neat piece of technology.
Wicked, yeah.
So when you're skiing and you're filming someone skiing, it means that when you're running alongside them, you can have this camera and you can film really carefully what they're doing without it being all shaky.
You can sort of be coming down just as fast as they are, but you still got because I remember. From previous experiences, I've been going down holding cameras, and it's just like all over the place. And this thing looks like the exact
like the
ideal
finishing
sort of
touch for the GoPro, really.
So it just smooths everything, makes everything perfect. Wicked. So these are sort of top range of the market. This one itself. Or is there other stuff out there?
There are so many out there.
Oh, really?
There's so many. This one's about £250.
Okay.
And it does the job perfectly fine. It's great for what it does. It's the same. The GoPro is just under 400, so just over half the price of the GoPro.
Perfect. So at the minute, they're probably one of the best ones about,
they
I
are.
think. Yeah, wicked. So, and £250 you said it was? Online, you can get them online and everything like that?
You can, yeah, 100%.
Wicked, brilliant. Some really nice pieces of kit easy to help you easily improve your filmmaking skills when you're out on the mountain itself. Next up, we've got a trick tutorial from our in the snow instructor, Monty Wilson. In this week's 2 minutes of tricks, he's going to give us the lowdown on how to spin.
Hi, I'm Monty Wilson and I'm here to give you a few tips on how to spin in the park. We'll mainly be looking at 360s and 540s. 360 is aimed more at intermediate skier and 540 is more advanced skiers. So, have we got 2 minutes on the clock? Yep, let's go. In order to pull off any type of spin, it's essential to keep your weight balanced at all times. Try out some 180s first to get the feel for spinning. Let's slow that down and have a look more closely. As you can see, I keep my weight over my toes to keep my skis spinning horizontally throughout. Once you're confident with 180s, the same thing applies to 360s, but now you've got to concentrate on spinning for longer. To begin with, it's better to try these into powder or somewhere that won't hurt if and when it all goes wrong. At the takeoff, throw your head and shoulders round and let the rest of your body follow. Pick your feet up to make sure you don't catch your tips in the snow. As you can see, it's a bit more difficult to land into powder. Now 540s are another step up, as you have two more complications. Firstly, landing backwards and having to spot the landing is difficult to get used to begin with. And secondly, you need more speed to get the required airtime to spin 1.5 times round, which heightens the risk of hurting yourself. The best thing to do is to treat it like a 360 and then add a 180 onto the end, as it helps you break down what you need to do in the air. So firstly the 360, and then the 180, spotting your landing as you go. And that's my time up. So I hope you guys learned something from this, and remember, never try these jumps alone.
Excellent, another cracking tutorial there from Monty. Now, fresh back from a week in Andorra, we have Ollie here from the BuSnow Rider Society. He's here to have a little chat about what he got up to and why skiing is such a great sport. So, Ollie, what's the lowdown on the BuSnow Rider Society?
Well, like you said, it's a society based at Bournemouth University, and we do everything ski related. So we do a couple of trips a year. We do things like, we have a dry slope near us.
Oh, wicked.
Which means that everyone from beginners have a chance to learn and pick it up before we take them out to the mountains.
So basically, you like holding like a society for people, like to invite university students to go out and do stuff within the sport.
Yeah,
that's what the society does.
Exactly is. Because we do a couple of trips a year. There's a lot of people who don't feel confident going out straight, spending that much money to potentially have a really bad week.
So you're like offering sort of a
dry slope experience. We have lessons, freestyle, so it's everything from beginners to pros.
Wicked,
we have a little bit of everything, and then we also do a couple of socials through the year.
Oh, okay.
I say a couple. We do them every month, and we decided to do them monthly just because every 2 weeks was too frequent, and people want to go a bit more all out.
Definitely. Yeah.
And it means we can do things like, we've got one coming up where it's our post-trip socials. So we do like the video of what happened. We do prizes.
So you're not only providing like the trips and stuff, but you're providing that social element to it as well.
Yeah,
especially
exactly.
with like new people coming to university, you are providing something for them to sort of get out
well,
about.
it's just like for me, when I first came here, it's really nice having that other sense of community outside just your lectures. Things like that. But because we get to do them monthly, we do things that are bigger. So for example, we've got a rodeo ball our next one, just things like that, just make it a bit more fun.
Wicked. So if someone wanted to come out, or someone watching wanted to join the society, what's the best way to go about it? How do you sort of...
what we do is we've got Freshers Fair at the beginning of the year. Yeah. People come along. You don't even have to be a first year to come sign up.
No.
What we do is we get like an area. We get a student union give us a zone, And we try and bring something along just to draw people in. So we've had like the Red Bull truck with the DJs on top.
That's all like a bit of fun as well.
Yeah, and then we had retro rentals, so you got the freestyle onesies.
Wicked,
and we brought a chairlift along and a photo booth, and it's just something to draw people in. And all they have to do is just drop their email down.
Oh, wicked! So they do that at the actual
at
place
the thing,
as well,
and then we just send out one generic email. That's all they get, just showing them where the pages and the groups are, just so they get invited to all the events, let them know about the prices for everything, and so on and so forth.
Cool, wicked. The trips. You say you run 2 trips.
Yeah.
Where do you usually have them in like France, or did you get out? I remember you just recently been to Andorra.
Yeah, so typically we always go to the French Alps.
Yeah.
But then, like you said, Easter, we first went to Andorra for the first time.
Yeah.
Which is a great experience, tax havens, everything's crazy
Really cheap.
ideal
so
for students.
Prime students. Exactly.
Absolutely love it. We have the choice to go out either, you can, by default, you go out by coach.
Yeah.
But if you don't fancy it, I don't know why you wouldn't. It's like a cameo on wheels. So if you don't fancy that, you can choose to get your own flights, and that's 40 quid less from the actual trip, and then you get your own way out there and work out.
Oh, wicked. Fair enough, that's not bad. You do all the sort of things you get up to. You do like rally stuff.
Yeah, so on the actual trips themselves, we have a couple of events. We do like the Valley Rally and have some like slalom races, and that's
wicked. So it's all just a bit of fun, and everyone sort of has a good time and everything like that. It's wicked.
That's it.
Wicked. If you're thinking of heading out with the BuSnow Riders next season and you want to have the best kit to sort of maximise your fun on the slopes, here we have our in the snow kit expert Monty, who this week is going to be reviewing the K2 Slight skis. Let's take a look.
Hi guys, welcome back to the Kit Corner. This week we're going to be looking at the K2 Sights. They're a great all-mountain skier, but you can pop into the park with them if you like as well. So let's jump in and have a look. So, the K2 Sights. As I said earlier, they're a great all-mountain ski as well as a good park ski. Now they're a good park ski because these 2 twin tips make it really, really good for landing jumps, certainly in switch, which you've probably seen as a standard ski doesn't have this back here. It's just a flat edge, which makes it a little bit more difficult and a bit more risky to land backwards. In addition to that, you've got your 2 rockers either end of the ski. You've got the 2 tips. They help with being a bit more playful in the park. So if you're doing rails or boxes or something which you want to slide, it gives you a bit more sort of, I guess, the ability to throw your body around using your legs. As well as that, you've got a camber underneath your foot, which helps increase the contact with the piste when you're trying to carve. That's really handy. Now, obviously, it shouldn't go unsaid that it's a very pretty ski as well. You've got this pretty cool livery you've got here. They're under the same name as the K2 Sight, which is obviously known for its good liveries. So if we move on to the bindings, these are Marker Squires. Now, they're generally considered to be a beginner's binding, but actually I think they're a really good binding, mainly because of the one feature which allows them to move towards the front or the back of the ski. Now, if you're a park skier, you really want your bindings to be centre mounted or close enough to. Really helps with the spinning of the ski and to keep your weight in the same place throughout the jump, as mentioned in the other video. If you're piste skiing, you're going to want the bindings to be further back towards the back of the ski, which helps get more of an edge on the front of the ski, which is where you would normally have a binding on a piste ski. So the great thing about these skis as well is they've got these metal poppers at the end of each ski which allow you to put skins on. Now that's generally a touring ski sort of normality, but again, it's a really interesting sort of addition to what would be considered normally a park ski. So that allows you to walk up the mountain as well as ski down. So all in all, yeah, I mean, they're a good hard ski, so they'll do well in the mountains. Wherever you are, park or mountain, probably be a bit difficult in off-piste because they're quite skinny. Okay, so these were the K2 Sights. You can pick them up from your local ski shop for £250. Unfortunately, that's all we've got time for now. Back to you guys at the studio.
That's all we've got time for this week. I hope you've enjoyed this week's episode. Thank you again to Elliot and to Ollie for coming on and having a chat with us today. Have a good week, and I guess we'll see you all next week. But next time, won't we? Have you all enjoyed being on the show?
Great time.
Yeah?
Loved it.
We're good?
Yep.
And everyone knows how to do with the BU stuff, so we'll catch you soon. Thank you, bye-bye.